watching Wyln TV. We're your local network.
Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. The smell of smoke alerted a man to a fire early this morning in Hazel Township. Firefighters responded to the 300 block of Westgate Drive near Harwood. An 88-year-old woman who lived there was able to escape the home without injury. Her son noticed the smoke and called authorities. The woman was taken to the hospital for observation. The fire is under investigation, but at this time, the cause appears to be electrical. An open count of criminal homicide will be bound over to county court after a Hazleton woman waived her right to a preliminary hearing. 43-year-old Marlon Florento Batista is accused of stabbing and killing 23-year-old Jose Luis Jimenez near Chapel Street back on December 13th. She admitted only wanting to scare Jimenez when she stabbed him during the domestic dispute between them. The incident was captured on surveillance footage and revealed, showing Jimenez unarmed at the time of the attack. She waived her right to a preliminary hearing this morning and remains locked up in Luzerne County Prison without bail. A routine traffic stop in Hazel Township resulted in the seizure of methamphetamine. State police pulled over a Honda Accord Wednesday night in the area of North Church Street and Hazel Township Boulevard for an inoperable brake light. Troopers smelled marijuana inside of the vehicle. Before searching it, the passenger, 21-year-old Christian Perez Abreu, took a bag of suspected meth out of his pants and told troopers crystal meth was in the center console as well. Police seized around 4 ounces of meth and charged him with manufacture, delivery or possession with intent to deliver, and possession of drug paraphernalia. He was arraigned Thursday and taken to prison, unable to post his bail. An alleged street gang member was taken into custody Thursday for suspected drug trafficking in Hanover Township. An investigation coordinated by local authorities led to the arrest of 31-year-old Dexter Kenneth Yard and 35-year-old Tanisha Thomas, both of Wilkes-Barre. Authorities made controlled purchases of crack cocaine from Yard on numerous occasions. He also had a previous arrest for drug trafficking that dates back to 2010 and was linked to the G-Stone Crips street gang. Yard was arraigned in Hanover Township on counts of possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance and criminal conspiracy. He was jailed at Luzerne County Prison for lack of $100,000 bail. A McAdoo woman accused of hiding a gun used in a murder has pled guilty. Prosecutors allege that 20-year-old Felicia Catrone deliberately hid a silver and yellow Lorsen pistol used to kill 17-year-old Anthony Bonney of Freeland. The shooting happened during an alleged drug deal gone wrong in the Freeland Public Park back on June 18th of 2018. 20-year-old Brandon Gambardella was charged with the killing. He pled guilty last month to third-degree murder. Catrone was charged with perjury and tampering with evidence. The gun was found buried underneath a tree in her backyard. A Luzerne County judge accepted Catrone's plea and scheduled her sentencing for February 24th. She could face a maximum of 40 years in state prison. A lawsuit was settled with the city of Wilkes-Barre that claimed a teenager's constitutional rights were violated, stemming from a city park incident. A 16-year-old boy was arrested at gunpoint while playing Army with a group of children at the Barney Farms Park June 25th. While playing, the teen allegedly pointed a brightly colored toy gun at the other kids and told them to get on the ground. Shortly afterwards, an officer arrived and pulled out his service weapon, placing the teen in handcuffs. He was then transported to police headquarters. His mother, Catherine Crafton, filed the suit on behalf of her son. According to the complaint, the boy suffers from mental and emotional health deficiencies that make him visibly different from other children his age. The terms of that settlement have not been publicly released. A proposed state police fee has many municipalities that already pay for their own police departments up in arms. Governor Tom Wolf released his 2020-2021 state budget proposal earlier this week. His latest spending plan states all 76 Luzerne County municipalities would receive an annual bill for police protection. Municipalities that have already a full-time police force would incur the additional costs. For example, Sugarloaf Township would have to pay around $185,000. If the governor's plan is accepted, it may result in multiple municipalities having to cut their police force or eliminate it entirely. The City of Hazleton is revising a plan for sewage facilities to accommodate a proposed warehouse facility. Blue Creek Investments wants to construct a warehouse and distribution center near Route 309 and the Arthur Gardner Parkway. A revised sewage plan will allow for a daily flow increase of 445,000 gallons. It must then be submitted to the Department of Environmental Protection's Clean Water Program for review and approval. The public can view the plan over the next few weeks. Copies are available at the Code Enforcement Office in Hazleton City Hall, where residents can also submit their comments during the 30-day period. Coming up on Wyln News, scholarships affecting horse racing, plus Pennsylvania dog laws and pets of the week. But first, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Unlike today, tomorrow looks partly cloudy with a high of 33 and a low of 25. Holds up until Monday, where you might see some showers. We'll be right back.
Wyln TV 35 and the Hazleton unit of the American Cancer Society present the 42nd annual telethon. 42 determined to find a cure through all we do. The telethon will be held Saturday, February 22nd from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. at Premier Catering and Events at Genetti Ballrooms, 1345 North Church Street in Hazel Township. The telethon is made possible each year by these sponsors.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. We're going to tell you how you can stay well with good chiropractic care. Join us.
The governor's proposed budget continues to trigger concern in the Commonwealth. Governor Tom Wolf's plan would divert money from the Racehorse Development Trust Fund, which receives funding from Pennsylvania slots revenue, to pay for the $204 million Nellie Bly Scholarship Program. The Pennsylvania Equine Coalition said diverting those funds would be fatal for the horse and harness racing industry. The organization represents the 6 thoroughbred and standardbred horsemen and breeder associations in the state. Diverting funds would take money away used for purses and breeders' incentives, which could affect Commonwealth farmers as well. Harness and horse racing contributes about 20,000 jobs to the state, with an overall economic impact of $1.6 billion. The State Auditor General spoke on behalf of dog law enforcement efforts and their need for adequate funding. Wyln's Phil Kaufman has the story.
Today, Auditor General Eugene De Pasquale issued a special report showing the state's Dog Law Enforcement Bureau has been deprived of the resources it needs to keep dogs safe.
The special report I'm issuing today highlights a serious problem facing the Bureau. It may run out of money this summer. Making sure the state adequately protects the most vulnerable has always been among my top priorities as Auditor General. That's especially important when it comes to protecting those who can't speak for themselves, such as animals in our care. My report notes that although the Bureau has sold more licenses in recent years, the sales increase has not been enough to offset the rising cost of operation. Every dog deserves to be well cared for, healthy, and safe. It's time for Pennsylvania to make sure that happens by adequately funding dog law enforcement.
The new special report follows up on DePasquale's 2013 performance audit of the Bureau, which operates within the Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture. The Bureau is tasked with ensuring the welfare of dogs and puppies in kennels and boarding facilities, oversees the annual licensure, and checks rabies vaccinations for dogs. Without prompt legislative action, the Bureau expects the Dog Law Fund will become insolvent by July.
We all love dogs just as you do. And we share your commitment to protecting the animals we love and the safety of our families and communities. We are hopeful that the General Assembly will increase fees and supply the funding we need to continue protecting Pennsylvania's puppies and dogs, protecting consumers victimized by illegal kennel operators, and protecting our communities from dangerous and stray animals.
To review the Protecting Pennsylvania's Pups special report or learn more about the Department of the Auditor General, visit online at www.paauditor.gov. This is Philip Kaufman with WYLN News.
Thanks, Phil. And speaking of dogs, the Luzerne County SPCA has some adorable animals up for adoption this week. Meet James, a young adult male pit bull mix. He had a home for a little while, but unfortunately, his owner had unknown allergies. Now, James is looking for his new forever home. And last but not least this week is Chloe. She's an adult female Torby who loves attention. She's good around other cats and is looking for the perfect family to come adopt her. To take home one of these forever friends, you can contact the Luzerne County SPCA at 570-825-4111 or visit the shelter at 524 East Main Street in Wilkes-Barre. Coming up on Friar City's News Choice, your week in review, plus details on this year's American Cancer Society Telethon. So stay with us.
Hi, I had a very minor fender bender tonight in an unreasonably narrow fast food drive-through lane. Don't worry, I have everything handled. I already spoke to our Allstate agent, and I know that we have accident forgiveness, which is so smart on your guys' part. Like the fact that they'll
4 weeks without the car.
Okay, yep, good night.
With accident forgiveness, your rates won't go up just because of an accident. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in the Hometown Village Square.
Stop in at Two Italian Guys Pizzeria for the best pizza in town, serving a large variety of pizza, stromboli, and so much more. Open till 3 a.m. Take out or eat in. Delivery available. Call 570-459-2783.
There are 125 used car dealers in town, but there's only one Chura's. Quality vehicle since 1954. Voted the best used car dealer. Check out their inventory, see something you like, take a test ride. Chura's Auto Sales. Call 570-454-7229.
Have your event with Whitetail, graduation, birthday, bachelor, reunion parties? They have the most tranquil backyard experience with beautiful mountains in the background. If your company or business wants a different alternative to a golf outing, they have outings that can accommodate you. You can have the entire facility to yourself. They will work with you to set up your day of events. Sporting clay competitions, trap and wobble trap games, skeet. After a day of shooting, you'll return to a meal designed for you. Call Mike at 570-535-6123 for available group options.
How you doing, everybody? This is Ricardo Santos from Yay Zapata. That's right, Yay Zapata in the house. That's what's up, that's what's up.
Meet Ricardo Santos. This is one of his Mexican food trucks. He is not a chef.
I'm not the chef.
But he makes amazing Mexican food. And he has joined the WYLN family with his own cooking show, Cooking with Jay Zapata.
Monday. Hazleton police received a tip last week that led to the arrest of a man allegedly selling drugs behind a Broad Street restaurant. Officers responded to the 400 block of West Broad Street last Thursday after receiving a call about a suspicious person in the area. There, they found 41-year-old Anthony Maffei. They stopped to speak with him, but he refused to follow orders. He was allegedly found to be in possession of over 800 packets of suspected heroin, cash, and drug paraphernalia. He was charged with possession with intent to deliver and taken to Luzerne County Prison for arraignment. Tuesday, an autopsy has been scheduled for a college student that was found dead in a Columbia County apartment complex. Police in Bloomsburg are investigating after 22-year-old Sean Lenahan was found deceased in the Honeysuckle apartment complex near Bloomsburg University's campus. His body was discovered shortly before 11 a.m. Monday. Lenahan was a mass communications major and president of the Public Relations Student Society of America at Bloomsburg University. At this time, there is no word as to the cause of his death. Bloomsburg police say the investigation is still ongoing. Wednesday, cleaning crews worked throughout the evening in the Crestwood area as a precaution after a student was sent home from school Tuesday. School officials also said a teacher in the district recently returned from an international trip. Superintendent Robert Mahalik contacted the Pennsylvania Department of Health for guidance on how to handle the situation. The district hired a professional cleaning firm to ensure the health and safety of students and faculty. A recorded phone call was sent out to parents to inform them about the situation. It's not known at this time what illness the student had, and the district urges anyone who isn't feeling good to just stay home. Thursday, a woman sustained a gunshot wound to her leg early Wednesday morning at an apartment complex in Wilkes-Barre. Police were called to Sherman Hills shortly after 1 a.m. for a report of a shooting. There, they found the female victim standing in a hallway with a gunshot wound. Now, according to police, the woman was uncooperative and would not provide them with any information on the incident. The shooting is still under investigation, and so far, no suspects have been named in the case. Friday, the smell of smoke alerted a man to a fire early this morning in Hazel Township. Firefighters responded to the 300 block of Westgate Drive near Harwood. An 88-year-old woman who lived there was able to escape the home without injury. Her son noticed the smoke and called authorities. The woman was taken to the hospital for observation. The fire is under investigation, but at this time, the cause appears to be electrical. That's it for your week in review, here on Wyln News.
CARES is a local and family-owned agency dedicated to providing exceptional services for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities throughout Pennsylvania. CARES specializes in day and residential services, respite, home and community, behavior supports, and chaperone vacations. At CARES, the participants are the VIPs. CARES, empowering individuals to maximize their opportunities and potential in their community.
John's Family Restaurant in the Churchill Mall. Enjoy a full menu with all homemade food. From breakfast, soups, sandwiches, entrees, and desserts. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner specials. The food is great, the price is right. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Sunday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Tune in every Sunday night on WYLN from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for hard-hitting, high-flying, non-stop action as only Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling High Voltage can bring you. That's Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling every Sunday night on WYLN. I'll see you in the ring.
Whitetail Preserve has an immediate opening for a chef. Please call 570-455-4251, extension 1378 for details. Watch Off the Beaten Path on WYLN TV 35 and discover the Pennsylvania you never knew existed.
As you may have seen, the American Cancer Society's 42nd annual telethon takes place Saturday, February 22nd in Hazel Township. In preparation for the event, we sat down and spoke with organizers about all aspects that go into making it happen. Our Julie Stefanovic has more.
Everyone has been affected by cancer in some way, shape, or form. The American Cancer Society has played an important role in the fight to eradicate the disease. Each year, the ACS holds a telethon to raise money and awareness. Co-chair Clemmy Yamona is an integral part of the ACS that will soon be hosting its 42nd annual event. The first ever fundraiser was the brainchild of Leona and Henry Kreisel with the help of Joe and Irene Gans.
And as a result, the first telethon, May 30th, 1979, and the first funds that arrived was with the helicopter with Don Keller coming down on Genetti's parking lot with the $1,000.
The telethon was held at different places throughout the years and will be returning again to Genetti's, the place where it all began. The venues may have changed, but the mission remains the same.
The American Cancer Society is established every year because we're determined to get rid of cancer. We don't want it in this lifetime at all. And according to statistics, the last few weeks, they are coming up with good reports stating that cancer in so many different phases is being downturned.
Volunteers are the backbone of making the telethon happen, as well as the cancer survivors who come out each and every year to tell their stories and give encouragement to those who are currently undergoing treatment.
When we first started, we really didn't have too much in the way of survivors on because, quite truthfully, there weren't a lot. But also, unfortunately, people weren't willing to talk about it. They might have been embarrassed or afraid or whatever. And we're very happy to see that that concept has changed. You know, people know it's okay. And of course, as things improve, as we have more, we haven't conquered cancer yet, but we're finding a lot of ways to make it better. So we have a lot more survivors. And it's just my favorite part of the telethon because I like to hear their stories and what they have to say about it.
The 42nd Annual American Cancer Society Telethon takes place on Saturday, February 22nd at Premier Catering and Genetti's Ballrooms in Hazel Township from 11 a.m. till 11 p.m. It will be broadcast live right here on Wyln. Tune in next week as we continue our conversation with the ACS Telethon organizers. Reporting for Wyln News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thanks, Julie. So, in just 2 weeks, we've got the 42nd Annual American Cancer Society Telethon coming up at Premier Catering and Genetti's Ballrooms from 11 to 11, Saturday, February 22nd. 42, determined to find a cure through all we do, is the theme this year, featuring live music and entertainment, Wyln personalities like myself, bake sales, tricky trays, a free health fair, and more. Phone banks will be open all day so you can call in and make your pledge. The public's encouraged to stop by and take part in this very important event, but if you can't be there in person, Wyln TV will be broadcasting it live right here, so be sure to tune in on TV and our live stream online. Be on the lookout for updates on our Wyln News Facebook page as well, so mark your calendars to come out and fight as we do what we can to support this battle against cancer. Unfortunately, Mother Nature called for school cancellations this morning, which means our final regular season high school basketball game coverage is canceled as well. The Hazleton area Lady Cougars are now rescheduled to face the Crestwood area Lady Comets tomorrow at 3 in Mountaintop. The Cougar boys game is still on for tomorrow night at 7:15 against the Comets in Hazleton. Although we will now not be able to bring you this final regular season basketball, you can still make your way to those gyms to support your school. It's been a pleasure bringing you all the non-stop live action right here and only here on Wyln TV. And that's the news. Remember, you can get news updates on our Wyln News Facebook page. If you'd like to see an event promoted on our newscast, visit WYLNTV.com to submit a request form. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on Wyln TV.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me